Open up our Commissioners' Work Session. Today is September 11th, 2025. Is there anybody who'd like to bring anything to the table? I won't make the mistake of saying nobody's here again. Then. No, is it 5 now?
I don't know. I think it's 10. I think we took it from 20 to 10.
Legal. What's the verdict on how long this meeting has to stay open? Okay. Back in my day. I wish we could have a legal report. Actually, that's what I'm holding out for.
Yeah. Jen, you got anything to say? Let's bring the sheriff on.
I should. Oh, no, don't do that. We're gonna be here for a half hour. We got stuff to do today. I do want to thank you, Jen. I've never done this. I don't think I've done this public, but in private, we've talked about the fact that I've been to other government meetings where, let's say, the chair of the board has to read the resolutions. And well, that's not how it happens here at the county. But I'm just saying, other places do that. So I just wanted to say kudos
Almost all other places
and job
do
well
that.
done. I don't know if you go to training or seminars or had to take
She
classes.
practices.
I
Right.
do practice.
You do practice back there. That's smart. So yes, a job well done on the efficiency of your resolution reading.
Mr. President, if I could just say, if you walk by Clerk Bell's office before the meeting, you'll hear her reading every resolution aloud as she prepares to make sure that she does justice to the many proposals that we consider each meeting. So it really is incredible how much effort she puts in. So Commissioner Beveridge is quite right that her extraordinary accuracy, pronunciation, and eloquence is no accident. It's the result of hard work.
With the exception of the chemical bid openings for utilities.
Well, I wish I would practice what I say sometimes before I open my mouth. So.
What? I'll just bite my tongue then, sir.
Yeah. I gotta learn to do that too.
Right.
Commissioner Bever, I can give a brief update on Code Blue.
Please do,
That'd be great.
because I think yes.
So, Commissioners, as you recall, last year we kind of refocused and purposed our Code Blue efforts, which is our warming centers in the event 4 or 5 climate variables are achieved with our partners with United Way, Planning and Community Development, Lifeline, Lake Tran, the local church network, Salvation Army. So I spent this summer trying to identify a new location, and Commissioner Beveridge is helping me with Painesville Township. I've had a couple really great engagements with Sub-Zero Mission on Northridge Road in Painesville Township. As recent as yesterday, with Mr. Forney, who's the lead pastor who helps, stays the night, leads the volunteer effort. We think this is an ideal spot. I've had Dave Strichko from the building department out there. His interpretation of the code is we do not need a fire suppression system. If we have a fire watch, meaning somebody stays awake at midnight. So we think we're covered on that basis. Dion and I were out there yesterday just talking about logistics and food, and I'm going to have a meeting at the end of September with all our partners to try to solidify that program in September, and not before snow flies. So I think things are trending in the right direction there. It'll be not bigger, but it'll be way better, more efficient, and hopefully a more long-term home. And the Sub-Zero Mission folks have been very gracious in their offerings and participation, and to the point where they're going to set up and tear down before we even get there. So it's things are moving on that front. So thank you.
Great.
Logistically, everything stays the same as far as like
Yeah, as of
transportation.
now, like I said, we'll have the meeting, but Brian and his team will observe the NOAA. It's our go-to weather climate observation portal. And I don't remember if it's, I think the wind chill of X degrees by 1 o'clock. Once that determination is made, the call is placed to Lifeline. They in turn, they will contact me, Sheriff's Department, Painesville, all the churches, PDs, Lake Tran, and then there'll be a pickup at the church over here. Then take the individuals to the facility. We'll have a warm space to shower, sleep, talk, play games, just stay warm until the following morning about 7 o'clock, where then Lake Tran takes them to the Salvation Army where they can get breakfast and so on. So The process will be the same in the difference this year that in the event, because last year we had a couple young families arrive. We're going to work on finding a local hotel where they will immediately be relocated to that facility. So that'll be the one change for the better this coming winter.
The best way to take advantage of that service, let's say someone in Wilwick, they don't have a facility open or nothing overnight, do they call 211?
Yes, 211 is the clearinghouse of that sort of information. And I think we need to expand our conversation on if we have that family person in Willowick or wherever, is there a way to get them here? Because Lake Tran, we have a central rendezvous point here in Painesville over by Morley because there's a meal there. And so that's where we pick up. And Ben has been very gracious, Ben Capel at Lake Tran. And I'll call him last year and say, hey, we had a couple people show up. Can you send it back out? And so he's been great as far as that's concerned.
I believe in the local communities, the policies typically during the day.
Yep.
They're open, but they close at
Yeah.
night, which
Yep.
defeats
Is
the
the problem.
purpose. But I think hopefully it gives them that time during the day to make those arrangements too.
Yep.
Okay.
And I appreciate you bringing up the topic. I met with Dion and some other folks from United Way yesterday, and we were talking about, obviously United Way is in campaign season, and et cetera, but and we've had conversations before about the social services network of the county, how it is so interwoven with each other, right? And how all of the services, something like this, Code Blue, is multiple organizations and agencies having to work together to do their part. And when one of those agencies is struggling or isn't able to offer service, then the requirement to pivot to be able to put on some of these things. But I do appreciate all of your work this year. I know Code Blue unfortunately fell in some laps last year in November when we had that storm coming over Thanksgiving that everyone's was immediately aware of the fact that we had an issue with Code Blue, and a lot of people did a lot of hard work to make sure that we were able to provide that service last year. We ended up having 9 days, and over 90 souls were, housed on nights where they needed to be. And so I appreciate you getting out ahead of it this year and making sure, as you said, that before the snow comes, in mid-September, we're able to make sure that the
sheriff won't allow that until construction's ready.
right.
So.
Right. Correct.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
I will call this meeting adjourned.